Expectations, always a funny thing in pinball. I've spoken about it before with Medieval Madness. In my view, there is no way Medieval Madness can ever be as good as it's been built up to be. It's a hell of a thing to be told this is the best pinball machine of all time. There is no better than this is the pinnacle. I do understand that maybe latterly some machines have come in and possibly trumped that, but for a long time, Medieval Madness was king amongst pinball machines. I also think the reverse is true. And sometimes when you don't expect anything, so expectation levels are low, a pinball machine can really surprise you. And the Sopranos here is definitely one of those. On first impressions, I had no desire to play this machine at all. I think it's ugly, a really ugly machine. But much like Congo, which is an equally ugly machine, once you start playing it, you find out that beneath that sort of ugly exterior lies a game of rich rewards and great shots. And this is really no different. Now, I must pre-warn you for watching this video, this machine is on adult mode, which means there's an awful lot of swearing. There's going to be a lot of swearing in this video, so if you're watching this around kids, now might be the time to switch off or go and send them to their rooms or something like that, because I'm not going to hide it. I do think a really important part of the game is the swearing. It is the coarse language in this game, and I really enjoy it. Actually, I think it's a major part of it, which is one of the reasons why the game is down here and not in my house where the children will play it. The children they have played this game once, but I put it on to child-friendly mode. Let's call it that. I should also point out that this game was never going to appeal to me, not just because of the aesthetics, but because I didn't watch the show. And I am very aware that that may be a little bit of a shocking statement for some, because it's been one of the most successful TV shows of all time. I'm totally aware of the premise of it. It's not that the show escaped me. I was aware that James Gandolfini, who's passed away now, won multiple awards for his role in this show. I've always been convinced of the merits of this show, but it's just one of those things that passed me by. But I guess it just goes to show, in terms of theme, it doesn't actually matter, because I think this game is amazing. Whilst I haven't watched this show, I have watched Walking Dead. So really, that's a theme that should appeal to me, and it did. But just because I'd watched, whatever it was, 6 or 7 seasons of The Walking Dead, didn't make the game any more endearing once I started to find it quite difficult and quite a tedious game, actually. So liking the TV show will only go so far, I think, is my point. And certainly if you don't like the TV show, that is going to be nothing in that will stop you enjoying this game. I guess I was always set up to like this game. I remember messaging my friend Andy, who you will have seen on the channel a few times, and I said, I really like this game, really enjoying it. And he said, well, it's no surprise you're enjoying it, because it's been designed by George Gomez and the code has been done by Lyman Sheats. Now, George Gomez is my favourite designer. Papa Duke, a little bit behind maybe, but those would certainly be my 2 favourite designers. And I didn't know that. I was unaware of this. I'm certainly unaware that it was coded by Lyman. Now, this game has been lent to me by my good friend John, who's, well, not only a very, very good friend to me, but he's been very, very helpful to this channel. From the first time he lent me Champion Pub, which is featured prominently on this channel, which is still, funny enough, on loan at Spencer's at the moment. All manner of machines, X-Men. There's more than I could list. The first time I had Congo here, the first Congo I had was actually John's, which was lent to me by him. As I say, we had X-Men here. The Walking Dead, which was here really recently, was John's. And when I took The Walking Dead back, it was John that said to me, what do you want to take back with you? And he suggested Sopranos. It wasn't my suggestion. Out of all John's lineup, Sopranos would have been way down the list of something that I would have wanted to borrow. Don't worry, the talking's going to stop in a minute. I'm going to show you around the game. And it just goes to show how mistaken that you can be, because actually this was the game I didn't know I needed. The game that I didn't know I wanted. I love it. It's pitched perfectly at me in terms of difficulty level. It's absolutely perfect. Again, the playfield looks ugly. It looks a bit crass. There's a talking fish on there, who, as far as I can tell, says, fucking big points. But I love it when the fish says that. I don't know why there's a talking fish. There's pole dancers, lap dancers, whatever. Actually, they are on a pole. They don't come and actually dance on your lap. That would be an impressive mechanism, though, it has to be said. There's so much packed into this game. It's slightly embarrassing, I think. Embarrasses some of the more modern Stern stuff, because this is a Stern machine. I absolutely love it. In terms of difficulty level, it's, as I say, it's pitched sort of perfectly at me. I have not had it here that long. I have completed it 3 times. I've got to wizard mode 3 times. That's not a problem. I just don't care. I carry on playing. I'm then playing for score. I've started to come to the realisation that a lot of these more intricate and difficult games are not for me. I blame John for that, for introducing me to games like Circus Voltaire, like Whitewater, which is a difficult game. I'm not suggesting I've got to wizard mode on Whitewater. I really haven't. And also for rekindling my nostalgia in Theatre of Magic, which again is a game that you can clock. Also would blame Keith. Perhaps, there you go, Keith. Perhaps blame Keith more than anyone, maybe, for lending me Dolly Parton. I still point to over there where Dolly Parton used to live. They've given me a love for, I think, older games. And whilst there's a big difference in terms of date and age range between this Sopranos and Dolly Parton, I don't mind a game with a simple rule set. In fact, I'm warming more and more towards it. I find myself sort of being less tolerant to maybe some of the bigger rule sets. They tend to get switched off, and that's the one thing I should say about this. This game gets switched on almost daily, and that says an awful lot, because I'll tell you what's here at the moment. We've got Deadpool, Sopranos, Godzilla, Foo Fighters and Roadshow. They're all here at the moment, and they all get played to varying degrees. Now, there is going to be a novelty value in it, but I've actually had Foo Fighters more recently, so Foo Fighters is newer than this game. Yet this game, I wouldn't say it gets played more than Foo Fighters, but this is probably the second most played game here at the moment. You might just recognise behind me, what's just nearly not the light over, there's an 8-Ball Deluxe there. Got some really nice stuff coming up with 8-Ball Deluxe soon. I've just actually taken hold of a Cruiseman 8-Ball Deluxe Playfield, which is going to be part of our restoration project. That's starting really soon. Whether the video will come out soon is another matter, but we're actually starting that restoration project really soon. And that's why I got that 8-Ball Deluxe. I absolutely got that because I like the more simple games. I think if I could, I believe Haggis Pinball, there's people have a long waiting list for Haggis Pinball. I'd get a Fathom. If I thought I could get a Fathom at any point within the next few months, I'd get a Fathom, but I'm not prepared to wait 2-3 years for any pinball machine, irrespective of how good it is. Anyway, let's take that camera off the perch. I want to show you around Sopranos, then we'll do a little bit of gameplay. This game is fun. It's fun. It looks dated, it looks ugly, it looks horrible, but I've got to say, I think it's a masterpiece. So let's take a closer look at the playfield. I'm not going to spend too much time on the cabinet or anything like that. You can see for yourself. It just looks dated. It just looks like a dated TV show, really, doesn't it? And I've got no problem with that at all. However, there's something that really struck me about this game, and I had the same with 24, which is also by Stern. You remember the series of Keith Sutherland in the series. And that was the amount of mechanisms on here and the amount of money, or let's just say materials, because money is a constantly changing thing due to the price of stuff and inflation and whatnot. But the materials in here and in 24, to use but 2 examples, maybe even Big Buck Hunter, there's many of these games. Actually, I'll go on. It's X-Men as well. I think they embarrass the normal games, particularly the pro versions of the normal games that Stern produce. It's ugly, isn't it? It's an ugly playfield. However, despite that, it's very, very easy to understand. I didn't know. I've not read a single instruction on this, but as I understand it, and I probably don't understand everything, but you work your way up the ranks, which I've done, and you've got these modes here, which I think are, maybe they're episodes. Some of them are episodes, which I certainly know you unlock those by hitting this shot. I'll just take you through it. There's, you know, obviously in lanes, out lanes, as you would expect. There's a couple of targets at the right, which is obviously light pork store. That's where your missions start, or your episodes. You've got your fish. He does love that shot. You've got to say that about George Gomez. He loves this shot here, this monster bash creature from a Black Lagoon Shire shot. He's actually stuck it into James Bond, if you pardon the expression, recently. So as well, I'm really, it's not my favourite shot in the world, because I do think it sort of hinders the flow of the game, but I don't mind it on here. I am glad he didn't put it on Deadpool, though, that has to be said. The orbits are very hittable. They're smooth, very, very smooth shots. And, yeah, thoroughly enjoy hitting those shots, actually, those orbits, which go all the way around. So the fish here, he speaks fucking big points. That's what he says. Trust me. There's also, you've got your pole dancers at the back. They rotate, not to be confused with gyrate. They rotate on those poles. There's I think it might be a Bada Bing multi-ball. This might be what it's called. This pops up to stop that for Bada Bing multi-ball. Very easy to understand. You've got to get a certain number of switch hits to get the multi-ball. I'm more than happy with that. This section here is absolutely a flow killer on the game. You go through here, past the spinner, into this section, and it goes up in the points. It goes up into the pops, which you can see there are 3 pops there. However, I don't mind at all, because there's a reason to it, and you feel like you're gaining for doing it. It will build up the spinner value, it will give you rewards, and also there's one mode, I don't even know what the mode's called. Basically, every time the ball hits one of these pops, there's a swear word. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This, I love. So already, let's have a look at this. What we got? We've got a mechanism here. We have a mechanism here. We've also got a mechanism here. You crack the safe. That then splits and open up. You lock the ball in there, and that's one of the ways you can advance your rank. So, you know, I mean, there's 3 mechanisms there, which I think, and I'm not, obviously I'm not including these as mechs. That also pops up here underneath the boat. You lock 2 balls up this ramp for a multi-ball. He loves a little small metal ramp, does George Gomez. I'm not going to go listing all the games. They are numerous and plentiful. I don't know if you can see, there you go. He loves a small little metal ramp. There's another shot here, which goes along here and goes up and down, lifts up. It's like the helicopter shot, if you like, in Jurassic Park. If you know your more modern games. Drop target here, just in front of the boat. Hit that down, then lock 2 up there. It's really good. If you can get a multi-ball going when it's in that mode where everything is a swear word, that's pretty cool. And then you've got an orbit just to the right of that here. A bit like, if you like Medieval Madness or Attack from Mars or many games, the lights, the inserts are just easy. 1, 2, 3. You know, it's the same here. 1, 2, 3. It's the Playfield is always telling you. And when I get an extra ball, I mean, I know where it is now. I wasn't searching around for it. It's there, special. It's there, start episode, this is lit. It's obvious, and I think that's the thing about this game. Look at that nasty backboard there. I mean, it is ugly and dated as hell. But it somehow doesn't matter. Maybe this is going to go, for many people, and you can see the cassette tape there, can you see that? This is going to go into the realms of being retro now. Maybe it already is. I don't know. But this has 0 nostalgic value for me, this game, because I never watched the show. I don't care. This game is fantastic. It's a very, very good game. And I am going to go and play it now and hopefully do this more justice than I did when I played Foo Fighters and played that very poorly. This is a much easier game than Foo Fighters. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But I think for that, I sort of love it. I love it. There are a lot of... I guess when you're charging 8, 9, 10, 12, whatever, £1,000, I don't know why I missed that 11 then, you're going to have to make these games have longevity. You're going to have to make them really deep in terms of their rule set. For this, It's simple, and I do think, I'm not going to say it's excellent value for money, because I guess no pinball machine is really, and I wouldn't even know what these would go for now. But I would say if you're lucky enough to have one of these, I'd be very surprised if you let it go easily. Just in case you're new to the channel, it's going to get noisy because I've got the glass off. That I only do that because it's better in terms of the camera and the light reflecting off the glass. Even with non-reflective glass, it's not 100% see-through. So we're going to crank it up.
Welcome to this thing of ours.
The music's very, very repetitive. Again, I don't really have a problem with it. It's got that skill shot that I think are on most Gomez games. Hold the left flipper down, plunge all the way round, and then it should go all the way round and bypass the gate at the top. Didn't get the skill shot for that, because I didn't actually hit the shot. So I've locked one in the boat there. It's going to launch that for me. I'll lock a second one in there. I'll get the multi-ball, but I don't want to do that quite yet, because I'd prefer to be in a mode before I do that. Extra ball's lit. Well, that's a great start there. So I've got the extra ball straight away, which that's really good. I'm pleased about that. It'll be helpful for this game. I want to try and get as far as possible on here. Well, there you go. I needed that extra ball, as it turned out. Hit the safe. Obviously, drained straight down the middle. That was the fish there. Probably noticed. So I'm earning money on those orbits from, well, a load of dodgy stuff that's off the back of a lorry, literally. I might have to change this. I'm noticing, I'm not sure it's that well balanced. It's sort of drifting off a little bit. Okay.
Mikey Palmich.
So we're in a mode now. Complete flashing arrows. It's not really, nothing's happened with the pop bumpers as yet. There you go. Oh, that is an idiotic thing to do. I tried to drop catch it then. Silly move. A silly move. So you'll see I've gone up in rank there to associate. Didn't quite have momentum to get up there. Yes. Not to make an excuse, I'll tell you when I'm awful. But it's not engaging the pop bumpers properly. I think I've not. I need to get a new level on it, really. Getting big points. This is the mode. I really could do with being on the a multi-ball here. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. See, this is a really good point scoring mode that we're in here. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted that in there. Good extra points on this mode. Crazy. I mean, scoring really well when it's in there. But I'm also still in multi-ball mode, so could do with getting the jackpot while I'm here. I've got to get a target down. There we go. Damn it. It is ridiculous. So I've got a lot of shots on here at the moment, none of which I seem to be hitting. There you go, I've got that, so I can advance in rank there. That's it, so lock that in there, should be the super jackpot. Double jackpot, sorry.
Where's the fucking money?
Got the super jackpot. So we've got switch hits to bing up for party at the Bing now, which is very useful. Get it in the pots, because that's obviously good for the switches. Oh, that's a shame. So it's telling me that, it says I think we're getting close. That's telling me that we're quite close to the safe opening and being able to increase the rank.
Here we go. Good earner. This kid can
Fucking earn. There you go. I've obviously played it so much, I've started to learn the call-outs.
I got one more should do it.
So I've moved up again. You can see here I am. So I've got another extra ball on there. It's great. I really do enjoy this game. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. It's my own fault. If you could see that far on the left on the camera, I sort of nudged it out myself, really.
Pay.
So that's telling me it wants an orbit there, basically.
Move it.
Oh, come on.
Let's go.
There you go.
Nice DVD players.
The earlier you get it, the more money you get.
Where's the fucking money? Hey, Junior, let's meet the new capo. He's like a brother to me.
It was lit then to advance in rank through there. I didn't have to hit the safe for that.
My oh my. It was a horse. It's the executive game.
I don't really know how to do this, but I'm gonna go for it. I don't know how to play poker, so it's asking me to bet. I think from what I've noticed, once you're in, you're in. You've got to keep betting. You either fold at the start. If you fold halfway through, I think then you just lose all your points anyway. So I don't know if what I've got is a good hand or not. I mean, that's a fair old bet, 5 million. I won. There you go.
Rake 'em in, kid. Where's the fucking money? Yeah. Tony Blundetto. Where's the fucking money? Sounds like a big pussy.
Damn it, that was a real shame there, because I was putting it up there so as I could sort of get it in the pops, but it was sort of coming out without really hitting them. But I mean, I'm not doing too badly here. The score's not great actually, funny enough. But, let's get some rejects on that ramp actually up there. Oh, it's a real shame. I'm unlucky with a ball save there, really.
Where's the fucking money? One more.
Oh no, I did the same again. I tried to drop catch it. Oh, it's a really bad error. Really bad play. Really bad play. Which is doubly annoying because I'm not done too badly. It's annoying. Anyway, hopefully you've seen enough that you get the idea of the game. A man among men. Come on.
Let's go.
So that should advance rank again. Yes.
To the new Wonder Boss. Salute.
Okay. I'm pleased. That'll do. Now I'm pleased I got to here. Goodness, I got that jackpot then. I was really struggling with it.
Where's the fucking money? Give me the money.
Oh, really needed that bloody ramp. Come on. Yes. Oh no, it got a reject on it. I actually got the ramp, but it rejected it. Got it that time. Oh man. It actually, I don't know if you saw that, it actually jumped. It jumped over. Jumped over the sling and into there. Okay, well, I mean, that's... Yes, that was a shot I actually wanted and needed there. Oh, no, oh, I've actually got another extra ball, actually. I've just seen. Oh, that was it. As I say, so not a great score here, but I've progressed well in the game. Alright, managed to get up there. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Being multi-ball. It's actually telling me one more on the safe. Yes. Whew.
That's a big tape. Give me the money. My, oh my. He was an innocent creature. There you go. Great job, kid. He's not going to need this in a witness protection program.
That's a nice little mode, actually.
Come on, girl.
Oh, it's definitely getting a reject on there if you're seeing it. Oh, no. Whew, that was lucky. That was lucky.
Where's the friggin' money? Come on, pie, oh my. Come on, baby.
Oh dear, this is. Oh, that was very central. Oh my goodness. Oh, I knew I wasn't going to be able to save that. Oh, you can see how close I am to actually completing the game there. But there you go. I think you saw enough of that to get the general idea on the game. Sopranos, and I think it's absolutely brilliant.